A lovely, lovely good morning to you once more. And of course, we are still in the studio. And I did mention that we are going to be getting into yet another amazing interview. This one is more of a conversation because we're talking about food. And of course, we just need to make it a lighter conversation. Something to get you hungry, but something to get you interested. And of course, something to inform you as well. And of course, we are here in the studio with our chef. I'll call him a chef because, guys, the meals that he makes are questionable, yet they look delicious. Very tempting meals. And I said questionable for a reason. We'll get to that point. And he's looking at me right now, making a face, but then you understand why. So we are in the studio finally with the CEO of Hungry Afro Foodie, popularly known on Facebook as Hungry AF. And of course, we are in the studio with Ngonga. Good morning.
Morning, Serena. Good to be here. I'm glad we're finally doing this interview.
Right. Good to have you here as well, honestly. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Since I'm seeing you physically for the first time this year, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year as well, yeah.
Yeah. So as we go further, Ngonga, tell us about yourself. Who are you? Who's the man behind Hungry AF? I know we know the voice on Facebook. I'm now seeing the face, fortunately enough, and we saw the face on different platforms. But tell us about yourself.
Who am I? That's a really tricky question. I'm a lot of things. I don't know. I'm just a person who has very diverse interests, and I'm just trying to showcase some of those either via food or via other things. So yeah, basically that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So do you identify as a chef, or you're just someone that knows how to cook and like furthered it into coming up with this amazing page?
Yeah, no, I don't really identify myself as a chef because I've never really been to culinary school and whatnot. I want to go one day, but no, I don't. I'm just a home cook. I'm a content creator, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. And the content is quality. It's good. So I'll ask on that point. You didn't go to school to actually learn those skills. So how did you learn?
The interest started back when I was growing up. Of course, my mom used to do most of the cooking, but I was also learning visually. I never really used to cook. I only got to cook when I go to university. Mm-hmm. That's when I really got into it. And then after university, I started working for a restaurant as a waiter. Mm-hmm. That's when the interest really grew for real now. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's basically how the interest started.
Amazing. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned university because I feel like that's where a lot of young men get humbled. Do you think it's true?
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's a different landscape. There's no mom, there's no sister.
Exactly.
It's you and the boys.
Exactly. When it comes to food, that as well helped me because I was able to do crazier things. I was able to be creative, but you can only be so creative because you don't really have money like that, and can only do so much. But yeah, it's true. You don't. Yeah, the mom aspect, the parenting aspect is not there, so it helped me kind of like. Do my own thing because back home you can't like get into weird cooking like that. You can't really experiment around because they used to no spices at all. Yeah. So
uni is like that awkward phase. Like you want to experiment, but then you don't have enough money to get everything that you want.
Exactly.
But it's amazing to see how you're able to utilize whatever is available. And I feel like most of the recipes that you show us are things that we can make really anytime. They don't require like all these ingredients that you need to get from all these different rare stores and whatnot, but then it's like accessible stuff, which is I think what I love about your page. So just on that note, tell us more about Hungry Afro Foodie, right? What motivated you to start this page? And I mean get deep into the story, like the day that you started it. How long has it been running? And of course, what got you to that point of saying, you know what, let me just post it up on Facebook, let me make it a thing?
Okay, it started in 2019. That's when I was working for the restaurant. In 2019, I only worked there for a few months. I was a bad employee. I sucked. Yeah, so it started in 2019. One day I just thought to start doing YouTube videos. Back then, initially they were food reviews. I used to go to restaurant, review some food and whatnot. I wasn't really in the kitchen cooking like that. But then the pandemic hit. So when the pandemic hit, we couldn't go outside anymore and whatnot. So I just decided saying, okay, I have the passion for this. Let me just start cooking and posting these videos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's basically how it started. And then as time went by, I started posting on other platforms apart from YouTube. that's when traction started gaining now. When I
Okay.
started doing the TikToks, the Instagrams and whatnot.
Wow, that's amazing. And of course, the name Hungry AF, Hungry Afro Foodie.
Yeah.
What motivated the name? Anything creative? Anything special about it?
Not really anything special. It just came to mind. Initially, it was Afro Foodie 260. 260. That's a Zambian code.
Yeah. Yes.
That's where it came from. And then I decided to change it. I think maybe 2 years ago to Hungry AF.
Wow. Okay.
So it wasn't really like nothing special. It just
Just
popped
like,
up.
okay,
Yeah.
African vibes.
Yeah,
Let me
just
throw
an
it in
African.
there.
Yeah, let me throw it in there.
Amazing. So how exactly has been operation since then? I mean, the growth of the page, how have you been managing? I know you said you do many things and you apply yourself, and you're someone that is a creative,
Yes.
right? So how's been the management going? And of course, where do you see it going? How far do you see it going?
Okay, it hasn't been easy because I actually work full time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work full time, so I only get to cook when I get back from work or on weekends when I'm free. And yeah, it hasn't been easy, but over time it's gotten easier because over time things get easier as you practice more, you get used to things. So yeah, it's better now, but it wasn't easy in the beginning.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I feel people underestimate making content and
They
how
really do.
often you can do it.
They really do. It's not as easy as it looks. The
It's really
editing,
not.
it's really not. It's a lot of work.
Right, if it was as easy as getting up your phone, taking a whole full video without cuts, voiceovers and whatnot, I think everyone would have been a content creator. But then when we really think about it, you don't only have the skill of the cooking in the video, but then you had to do editing, had to sit
Exactly.
down, whatnot. And that's after enjoying those amazing meals that you make. I only wonder where you get the energy from, to be honest. Because
I
after
don't know
I
as well.
eat, I look at my bed and I'm like, okay, it's time. So for you to sit and edit, goodness me.
Yes, that's why I probably as time goes by we'll just hire an editor because editing I don't like it.
Right.
It's a lot of work.
It
I like
is.
cooking, but the editing part no.
It's different.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Job creation is what we look forward to for Hungry AF.
As it grows, the company will grow.
Right, so if you're listening right now, take note of that. You might just see an advertisement up soon.
There you go.
Maybe I'll apply. Who knows?
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
see how that goes. Be a part of the conversation. We are in the studio with Ngonga. He is the CEO of Hungry Afro Foodie, popularly known as Hungry AF on Facebook and other social media platforms. The number is 0773-792-475. Join in on the conversation. Do call in or do send in a text message. And of course, we're talking all things to do with food. Yet to get into the recipes though. So hold your pen and paper because we are going to get to know some amazing quick recipes and of course some heavy recipes. On that note, let me ask you, what motivates some of those let me not say strange or weird, but then interesting.
You said it. You already said it.
Because I mentioned this in the intro, and for me, what stood out? Lumanda pasta.
Oh, there you go.
No, because that is either an injustice or probably the best thing
It was good though. It was good. It was good.
No, that should be an injustice. That should be a crime for you to have thought about it and you just sitting and just saying, I have lumanda, I have pasta. And most people don't even like lumanda alone. I love lumanda. So for me, that's why I was actually interested. And I was like, I need to make it. Unfortunately, I haven't yet made it. I'm not even going to lie.
You should.
Right?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
But
surprisingly good.
Surprisingly.
I was surprised.
Even you were shocked.
Yeah, I was shocked. It was an accident. It came up as an accident.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Okay, my favorite comment online is enough is enough. Like when like in caps, all caps. Enough is enough. Like what is this?
That's what people say.
Yeah, but with these videos, I usually go in. I like to be honest. At the end of the video, I usually do a review of the food that I've cooked, and I like to be honest. If it's bad, I say it's bad.
Yeah.
If it's good, I say it's good. So that it was good. It was good. So it came about as an accident actually. I opened the fridge one day and there was lumanda there. There was some leftover pasta and leftover chicken gravy, which really added a lot to it. So I just decided to mix it all up, and it was surprisingly good. It was surprisingly good, yeah.
Do you think without the chicken gravy, it would be good either way?
Yes, I think so.
You think so?
Yes, because lumanda with groundnut has that subtle sweetness.
Yeah.
Like a little bit. It's not bitter at all. That's why people get it wrong. It's not
yeah,
bitter.
that is where people get
It's
it
not
wrong.
bitter at all.
With the
In fact,
groundnuts.
it's a little bit sweet. Yeah, with the groundnut. But the gravy is important. I recommend the gravy. If you want to get it right, use some chicken gravy or some chicken stock or a stock cube, if you will. Yeah.
Because I was really watching the video and I was like, what could make this taste as good? And I grew up hearing from my aunt. She's a great cook. She's an amazing cook, and she would say anything that can go with nshima can go with rice or pasta. And I was like, really? Like, let's have our limits. No, because be honest, guys. You cook. Imagine we get visashi, like the normal visashi, and we put it in pasta.
Yeah.
Do you think that'll work?
No. not the visashi with rep. No. That one won't work. No, I don't think so.
What about the one with chihuahua?
Chihuahua, yes.
You think so?
Yes, because it also has a little bit of a sweetness element to it. It can work, yeah.
That's amazing. I just feel like the best recipes are those that don't make any sense to the person that knows the ingredients. But then to the cook, I just feel you never get anything out of moving between the norms. You use your daily cooking, tomato, onion, your kanshima, then you do everything else the normal way. But then the best recipes are those that are just different, that are different on the scene. So on that note, who is your inspiration? I mean, could be someone who taught you as you're growing up, could be a big chef. Who inspires you?
Okay, my inspiration one is my mom, my sister inspired me. Currently my friends are always suggesting new recipes, but really people that I've never met that I don't know. I like Anthony Bourdain.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dead. He used to be an American chef. I like Action Bronson. He's a rapper / cook.
Okay.
He's awesome. I really follow him.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So do you feel that there's enough being done with regards to giving attention to areas such as the cooking industry? And what I mean basically is, how we have different competitions abroad, right?
Yes.
There's what's that, Master Chef?
Yes.
There's so many different competition, and it's like it's such a big thing, and those people go on to be promoted in restaurants and whatnot.
Yes.
Do you think we should head that direction as well? Can we expect that from you?
I really think so. I think competition will really push us to be creative as cooks, as chefs, to make different combinations, to just like elevate Zambian cuisine, because people are not really doing that, like elevating Zambian cuisine and just maybe fusion food where you get Asian, Zambian cuisine, you fuse something and it works. So I think such competition, what you said is really important.
Right.
Yeah, we should really get into that more.
Definitely. I love the use of the word cuisine. It just sounds, I don't know, sounds fancy.
Yes. It does.
Because when we say food, it's like, oh, okay. But then when you say cuisine, I'm even hungry just when you mention the word cuisine. But definitely, I feel competition is healthy, and not only for individuals, but then it could be something to just get major restaurants, different either fast food restaurants or these other types of restaurants coming through to just participate in competitions. I think that would as well help create a certain standard to say we're not just here to eat your food, but then let's see how you can perform when you're put in a competitive environment. It could be different. Who knows?
That's true. Maybe
we could get to that point.
I agree.
Yeah,
yes.
Could be very entertaining as well.
Very much so. That's a good idea. You should look
We should look into it. I can even cook that good. I mean, I'm a cook, but then if we look at your cooking, I'm not about to be posting what I'm cooking up on Facebook. Mainly because it's not really my interest, and also we're leaving that up to you guys.
Yeah.
So you should do it. We'll be here to advertise for you. We've got you, but let's get to that point.
Yeah, no, I'll look into that. It sounds really great. It sounds like a really good idea.
Right? I'm putting the pressure on you today, honestly.
Do it.
I'm not holding back. So let's take a short break. What's your favorite track? Today is Sunday, so usually we get into something either gospel or not too, Afrobeat, even though you are CEO of Hungry Afro Food.
Like any song?
Any song, maybe any song.
You have like all the songs?
We do have all the songs, so you can suggest your song, Gonga.
There's this song by Malaiti, I think, and Dismo called it goes Mwale Sadna Papa Mkatambisha. I don't know if you can play that.
I know that track. Is it a gospel song?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I feel like we've sort of lost the line between
we
gospel
have
music.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
right.
like a,
Let's play that song. Let's hear what's in the
Yeah.
song. Then I think after you and I will be able to say,
we'll judge it. We'll judge it. First.
amazing. And of course, do be a part of the conversation. We are in the studio with Ngonga and of course talking all things to do with food as we get into the lunchtime segment. The number is 0773 792 475. Stay tuned.
You're listening to Capital FM on 99.7. Capital FM, the talk leader. Whenever you listen to the radio, it's supposed to give you the heartbeat of the nation. This is what Capital FM does through its interactive programs. We talk to each other to present a balanced position. Capital FM, the talk leader. Capital FM on 99.7. You can always bank on us for content and quality programs that will change your life positively. Capital FM, the talk leader.
This one is Sounds of Dismo featuring Malaiti, and of course the name of the track is Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Requested by Ngonga. Right,
Yes.
our CEO, Hungry Afro Foodie. He is the CEO. And of course, what do you think of the track? Should we put this as gospel?
I think so. Gospel conscious.
Gospel conscious.
Yeah,
What's gospel conscious? There's so many
just
different-
conscious.
Just conscious.
Just conscious. Yes.
Is that a category of music?
Yes, I think it is.
What does it
It's
mean?
conscious rap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like not like good. It's what they say. It's meant for good. Like
Yeah.
to encourage such songs. Those are conscious songs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you can be a part of the conversation this amazing morning as we do stretch into the hour of 12. Now we're talking all things to do with food. Use the number 0773 792 475 and join in on the conversation. Send in that text message. You can join us via WhatsApp as well, or better yet, you can call in via direct call. Let's have a brief conversation as we are in the studio with our CEO in all things to do with food. I'll just say it because honestly, I love the vision for your page. It's
Thank
really
you.
amazing. It's big.
Thank you.
So let's now talk about a stereotype.
All
Right, we'll get into stereotypes, and
Right.
there's a stereotype. I think now things are different. You know, we're in a different generation. I think things are better now. Plus, I feel it really does depend on households. But let me just get right into it. The stereotype is it should be a lady, a woman, or a girl to know how to cook that much. And
Yes.
of course, the common stereotype growing up in an African household is that the
Yes.
boys can be outside playing or doing whatever, and the ladies or the girl should be the one learning to cook with her mother. Right. First of all, before I go any further, what's your thought on that stereotype?
I hate it. I hate that stereotype where like women are the only people who are allowed to cook or are supposed to cook in a Zambian home. You're supposed to cook in a Zambian kitchen. Growing up, I in kitchen. Like, what are you doing? You do like don't go in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's a bad stereotype, and when you see such things online, because people do come for me online. Like,
Really?
yeah, like okay.
That's
On
interesting.
TikTok, yeah, they go
I
like,
didn't expect that.
yeah, umwaume or whatever, you know that sort of vibe. Or are you going to marry? As if people marry for. That's a very common one. We shock up like this man
Wow.
will he marry, and it's disappointing to see. Yeah. But I think we're getting there. People are becoming more open-minded through these same things. People like me. Showing that I can cook, I can sashila something. Yeah. People are becoming more open-minded, which is good.
You know, I didn't expect that. I thought people are more receptive to it actually. So this is news to me because I think most of the comments I've gone through are always positive. People asking more about the recipe. Although I have noticed it's mostly women, right?
Yes, it's mostly women.
Definitely. So how do you feel about those comments? I mean, do you respond? Do you try to break the narrative? Do you try to address it?
I don't really respond in a strong way because maybe I should do better. I should respond in a strong way, but I like to keep it light in a way where we don't really get into heated debates or conversations in the comments like that. Yeah, so I don't really pay them much attention. For me, that one is I'm trying to avoid the situation altogether. I'm not really trying to give it energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And such. Yeah.
Definitely. So on the side of, are there ladies that make such comments?
Yes. Yeah. It's
it's
the
mostly-
ladies who make such.
Really?
A guy would never make such a comment.
So there are no guys that have made
Yeah.
such comments.
Okay, there are a few like there are more comments and whatever, but it's
Is it
mostly
as a
ladies.
joke when they say it?
I don't know. I don't take it as a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, for you,
but,
you're like, really?
I'm like, really, dude? Come on.
Was it necessary?
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked ladies are saying that. I thought maybe it's the people that I know. I feel like I thought everyone is developing at the same pace and understanding that, to be honest, in this time and era, it's better to have a man that can actually cook when you're not around.
Exactly.
You know?
exactly.
I don't know, because if we get really deeper into this situation, we've seen situations where because a man can't cook, he has to wait for a wife. Maybe this wife is a
Imagine
working
that.
woman. Next thing you know, the maid is apparently cooking, and then next thing you know, there are scandals in a household.
Yes.
Let me not get further into it, but then you got the point. So I actually thought, and I'm surprised, because I really thought most women these days want a guy that can cook.
You'd be surprised. yeah. People. I learned these things online. Like, no, in my real life, things are different, but people are still out there thinking, these roles are only meant for women, and yeah.
But is there also a fair share of ladies that is like praising you, saying, "Oh my gosh, you're the man of my dreams"? Why not?"
Exactly. a lot. Yeah, there's a good number.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the attention goes both ways.
It's both. It's more positive, in fact, than negative. Yeah.
And I think it's better to look at the positive side of it, because
Yeah, it is.
what you're doing is not just something that is entertaining and informative for us who are watching to try and learn some of the recipes, but then I feel it's something that could as well break that narrative. I think we need
Yes.
to shift from that point. Men
We
should
do.
be comfortable learning how to cook.
Yes.
you know?
The roles should be flexible. They shouldn't be so strict or so negative.
Right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned something about when you're growing up and then you enter the kitchen, you're told, "Oh, what are you doing in the kitchen?" Is that something were you given an example? It's something that actually happened to you?
No, not for me. For me, my mom used to encourage us to learn to cook. From my sister, actually, she used to say, "Wakaya babada nombari ne kuskuruba." Because in and out busy. She's a working woman. She's awesome. In and out busy, and more because so she used to encourage us to cook. Yes.
Wow, I really wish your mom could just like speak to everyone else out there, because it's good. That's something good that really needs to be understood. It's the truth. You're a man in a home. Your sisters aren't always going to be there.
Yes.
Eventually you will get married, but then there's the bachelor phase.
Yeah, there's the bachelor phase.
And the bachelor phase is where men lose weight. Have you noticed?
Really?
Yes. Have you
not me.
noticed? No, not you, for sure. Obviously not you. We can see you. You good. Clearly.
You can see me. Are you calling me fat?
Okay. Moving on. My point is, you can see the difference.
Yeah.
Then when a man finally gets married, the weight gain is crazy.
Yeah, right?
You're like, were you starving?
I have a friend of mine,
He's married now.
Yeah, he's married,
And
and
he's
he's getting quite significant.
We thank God for the beauty and healthiness of marriage, but also we're saying, guys, be able to gain even before.
I know, right?
Yeah, let me not say too much on that. But then, what's your advice to people out there listening? Just on that very point, I know we've already talked about it, we've gotten your point. But then, what's your golden advice to a guy out there as well that's listening, saying, "Bro, are you serious? Like, I can't be learning how to cook like that." Your advice to the boy, and of course, to just homes out there, to say, listen, involve the little boys and the men in cooking once in a while.
Yes, cooking it's a basic skill that everyone should have. You should be able to feed yourself. So encourage your sons, encourage your husbands to learn how to cook. It's also when it comes to marriage, I feel it's really beautiful when a couple cooks together. So encourage each other, encourage the men to learn how to cook. It's a basic skill. It's not about gender or nothing. It's a basic skill. Yes.
The one word that came to my mind when you said couples cooking together, was it romantic? Learn how to cook.
Yeah, it's romantic. Yeah, it's romantic.
We should expect a Valentine's meal from you.
Oh man, I've so many things lined up. I don't know how Valentine's. How far away is Valentine's from now?
It's on Wednesday. Ngonga, should we be worried if you don't know? You know what? Different conversation. It's okay. We'll let it go.
Yeah.
But we'll be expecting a Valentine's Day. We're actually doing a Valentine's promotion, actually.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Nice.
So people are winning chocolates for
okay.
the Valentine's Day. But then, even as we are here today, you need to leave us with something that people can prepare for Valentine's. Because food, I would say, is a love language for me.
Yeah.
For me, I know it's not part of those love languages that people talk about, but then I feel it's a bonding too. It can make people become friends, can make meetings better, make the environment, and of course there's something special about certain foods. They can set the mood, whatnot. I don't know, tell us about that. Is it true?
Yes.
Like there's certain foods that can set a certain mood. Tell us about that.
Yes, I think so. I think there's certain foods that can definitely, like chocolate. Chocolate is a mood setting food. Yeah, so on that, what I wanted to do this Valentine's, something that I wanted to make, because I wanted to bake a cake. I'm not really into pastries, but I wanted to make like a chocolate cake of sorts. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if you're out there and you want to do something romantic, bake a cake or make cupcakes, if that's simpler for you. I think that would be very romantic for a partner.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said baking is not really your sweet. You can.
Not, yeah. I'm not really strong when it comes to baking. I'm learning. What really I don't like about baking is like it's too specific. It's measurements. It's math. I like the other cooking because it's you're more free to like add whatever, sprinkle in whatever. But baking, you have to follow the rules, the measurements exactly.
Yeah. Wow, it's math. I think we can tell now. Maybe you don't like math. Now we know.
I don't hate it. But I don't like it.
It's not that deep.
No.
I get that. No, it's true. I think baking does involve way more. I like people that eventually, when they know how to bake, they won't even have to measure anything. Like, have you seen people
Really?
who,
Wow.
the people that just like was throw in whatever, because once you're used to, let's say, making a certain for a certain number of people, whatnot, it's just in your head like, okay, I know I need to throw in this much. You can adjust anyhow. I think I look forward to getting to that point. I enjoy baking personally.
You enjoy baking?
I do. I really do.
You should teach me some recipes.
I will. My favorite is lemon cupcakes.
Oh, lemon cupcakes.
Or lemon cake. I don't know. I just love lemons.
Yeah?
They are really amazing. Oh, goodness
Really?
me. Yeah.
Nice.
That's probably one of the easiest things to bake. One of the easiest by far. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I will send you the recipe
You should.
from Google.
But it was your own. But no, you should. You send me the link.
I will send you the link. I don't know if maybe you thought I was gonna like type it.
Yeah.
3 cups of flour ngonga.
Exactly.
Next thing, a pinch of salt ngonga. No. I'm sending you the recipe. Start. If you make a fault, it's on you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Amazing. So tell us now, right, your favorite meal to prepare before you give us our Valentine's meal. I know you talked about cupcakes, but then I want something more salty, for the listeners. But then before that, what's your favorite meal to prepare overall? Like, what's that one thing that you're always prepared and just happy, like it's like second hand, you can do it in your sleep?
Roasted chicken. Yeah, it's chicken overall because it's so diverse. You can do like a lot with chicken, but I really like roasted chicken. I don't think I've ever made it for the channel, but yeah, I like it. It's my go-to. Like,
Really?
It's my number one chicken. Yeah,
Often-
my friend teases me about it as well. It's I love it so much. I love chicken. Yeah.
Chicken. What about fried chicken?
Yeah, fried chicken too. But roasted is my thing.
Now we know how you
Oven
enjoyed
roasted.
your December. It was chicken throughout.
was.
Yeah, one
It
of those
really
people
was.
that finishes chicken in stores. It's you.
Yeah, it's me.
No, roasted chicken is a delicacy. So tell us what makes roasted. What's your favorite recipe for roasted chicken? Now this is for the listeners. They need to know what you like and how you like to prepare it. Because there's something about roasted chicken. Like there's those people that make the flavor so amazing.
Yeah.
Then there's those that go the boring route. Salt,
Yeah.
oven. I don't know, but there's people that do that and it's so blunt. Either they add spices, then they do the wrong things and the spices are not tasting by the time
They're off.
So please tell us how we can make a good roasted chicken.
The number one thing when it comes to roasted chicken or fried chicken, if you will, is you should brine it before. You should brine it for at least 24 hours. Brining, that is making a salt solution, salt and sugar, and maybe a little bit of spices. Soak the chicken in that solution, leave it overnight, and then when you take it out the fridge, remove the water, put it in a bowl, put your spices, your favorite spices there, marinate it, let it marinate for maybe an hour, and then toss it in the oven. But the key is brine the chicken.
That's the key,
Brine.
right?
It's way more juicier than you just ripping it out of the packet, marinating it, throwing it in the oven.
That definitely sounds good. I think people underestimate the whole seasoning process.
Yes.
People really do underestimate it, and you find someone is maybe trying to season it like right before they cook it, and it's like obviously the flavor is going to go right.
Yeah, and we're still learning when it comes to seasoning, because most of us didn't grow up with seasoning.
Yeah.
Yes. Greg, did you grow up with seasoning? I don't know.
Rarely.
Rarely,
like
right?
on Christmas. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. But like normal day with Nshima.
Yeah.
And nothing special.
Nothing really. Yeah. So we're still learning when it comes to seasoning. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah.
Amazing. So it is the time we're waiting. Our lovebirds listening out there want their Valentine's recipe, something that they can make, and I'm still thinking of pasta for some reason, because of you know how Italians are all about pasta.
Yes.
Yeah. Is in Paris, right? When you think of the Eiffel Tower, you think of couples. It's always like an image of pasta, and then they're sharing one string of pasta.
Lady and the Trump.
I think I'm being cheesy here.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's one of that's what comes to mind. And meatballs. But tell us. I don't know if I've stolen the recipe you're gonna give us, but please tell us.
About pasta meatballs?
No. About the Valentine's recipe that you would advise us. Something salty, something that, of course, because you mentioned it's good for couples to cook together. What's that meal that you would imagine a couple cooking together on Valentine's that you would advise the listeners right now as they are planning their dates? People plan for Valentine's.
Yeah.
What's your advice?
I think for Valentine's, just go something simple. It would be good if you went if you did like a 3-course meal, or maybe a 2-course. You make something. You make the main, you make a dessert. For the dessert, maybe you can bake the same cake. For the main, roast chicken.
Come on.
You're trying to pull the recipes out of me. I don't have any.
Okay, roast chicken. No, roast chicken is good.
Yeah.
But what are we having the roast chicken with?
You can have it with fries.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can have it with fries. With fries, go boil them for a bit, then double fry them. That's the way I do my fries. They're really crispy, crunchy on the outside.
Nice.
Fluffy on the inside. Perfect. Yeah.
Those are the perfect fries.
Yes,
those that are soft on the outside, soft on the inside. It's like I'm eating a potato but shaped as a fry.
Yeah.
I think people these things may seem like okay, it's straightforward, but then we buy food at these restaurants that you can find like in the street. Maybe you're hungry, like on the go meals. Oftentimes there's a lot wrong with the food. You can tell there's little effort, and it's all about selling the food.
There is.
I don't know if you've noticed, but then for me, I'm really specific, especially on fries.
Yeah.
Because I'm disappointed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, I am as well, but they mostly get the seasoning right, which is okay, but yeah, most fries are not up there.
Not up to standard.
Yeah, no.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Gonga, we are coming to a closing of our interview for today.
Oh no.
Time goes by so fast.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. But then what would be your last word of advice out there for our listeners? Tell us what to expect from you, first of all, and secondly, any advice that you have.
All right. What to expect from me? There's a lot that I want to do this year. I really want to start going back out there to restaurants and filming it, making let people experience what I experience, and I just want to be out there. I just want to be outside more.
Yeah.
More than just being in the kitchen. And my advice would be just be open-minded, be free. There are no rules really in the kitchen. Do whatever you want. Discover, experiment. Yeah, it's beautiful. Cooking is beautiful. It's an art. Just play around with it. Be free. Don't worry about it. Just be free.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Discover, experiment. You might just come across the next big thing, next big recipe. Like lumanda pasta.
That's your favorite, isn't it?
No,
most controversial.
You know why? Because even on my my WhatsApp contacts, most people were like, "Oh guys, I just tried lumanda pasta. Oh guys, I just tried lumanda pasta." Then I went to the video and I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'm the only one left. Like I need to try it." But then it's just one of those things that you can tell was a clear experiment.
Yes, so, and I love it when people actually try the recipes. That makes me the happiest. When people actually try and give me feedback, whether negative or positive, I love it.
It's motivating, right?
It's motivating, yes.
I think that's the best news for a content creator.
I know, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Because it's like, okay, you're doing something, but how are you impacting people?
Exactly. Yeah.
Amazing. And food is a universal thing. Literally everywhere you go, there's food. Meetings, there's food. So it's really amazing to see what you're doing. And of course, let's keep breaking that narrative around men and cooking. Men can cook. Men oftentimes, actually, one thing that I found it hard to accept in my at home was that men sometimes are better cooks than females.
Oh, okay. There you go. I'm not going to say. Sometimes.
Yeah, no, because I have some friends and I talk to them and they said, to be honest, when daddy cooks at home, we all enjoy more than when mommy cooks.
Yeah, just like with anything else, some people are better at some things than others.
So that's why I said sometimes.
Sometimes.
Let's not be threatened as women. Let's see it as a good thing. It is. The men are out there, they can cook, and of course, for the mothers, the aunties with their little boys or young boys, teenage boys, teach them how to cook. Eventually, they'll need to survive in university. I really get worried for a lot of guys out there buying fast food every single day. That's not healthy.
It's not good for you at all.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And just before we go, let me get a health tip from you. I think we see a lot of you give us recipes and whatnot, but then are you also keen on the health side of the recipes that you give or the recipes that you make?
Yes, in a way. I want to. I don't know. I think there's in some of my recipes, someone asked me saying, "Are you vegetarian?" There's almost like a vegan or vegetarian aspect to some of my recipes, and you don't always have to have meat on the plate. You can make like some of these foods really taste good just by knowing how to execute them. You don't necessarily have to have meat on the plate all the time. No, doesn't have to be like that.
Just on that note, you know what I think the problem is? Because I was thinking about it. There's a time, I won't lie, in high school I wanted to become a vegetarian because at that point I was crazy on working out, and then I was looking at a lot of the recipes online. I had this app that advises you on the meals you can make, and it was like vegan, vegetarian type of meals. And then obviously there were things that are not accessible here in Zambia because the app is a foreign app. So I thought, okay, how does a vegetarian survive in Zambia? I was not well informed at the time. Now I know better. But then I'm living in a home where either for lunch and supper we're eating chicken with vegetables, and those vegetables, the way they're made, if it's not being sashilad, it's cooking oil, salt, tomato, onion, the basics. And I'm like, is this how a vegetarian can survive with the normal tomato, onion and bread you fry? No. So I was really stuck, and honestly I never even took the step to become a vegetarian because I was like, I'm gonna starve. There's
a lot out there in Zambia. There are a lot of foods we're yet to explore that you can make delicious and enjoy and be a successful vegetarian with our local cuisine.
And make use of vegetables.
Make use of vegetables. Make them delicious.
They don't have to be boring. I think that's a very bad narrative. Vegetables are boring. I think they're quite tasty.
Yeah, they are.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ngonga, for coming through. This has been amazing, very insightful as well, getting your background, getting the history of hungry Afro food. It's really been great, honestly. So for today, we're gonna say bye-bye to you. Hopefully we can have you back for a lunchtime program sometime later as we get further into the year. Maybe keep track of how we're moving, see what we can work together on. But for today, we're gonna have to let you go.
Thank you so much. This was wonderful.
You are welcome. And of course, for the listeners, you can still be a part of the conversation. Remember to follow Ngonga on Facebook. Hungry AF is the name of the page. Get to interact on the videos, and of course, do follow Capital FM 99.7 on Facebook. Let us know some of the recipes that you enjoy making, and of course, Ngonga can probably advise you on how to make your recipes better.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. The number is 0773 792 475, and of course, from Ngonga today, it is bye-bye.
Thank you for having me.